All right. Welcome, everybody, to Couple Love. If you want to join us live on the Zoom where you can actually talk and interact with us, go to the website link, Cup of Love, period, join HeidiLive.com, and that will drop you right in. So, all right. Go ahead, Heather. Heather's going to be speaking today. Super excited to learn what she has to share for self love techniques.
So awesome. So first, I was wondering if anybody went for a walk this last week after Wednesday, so between the two times. I have not, but that's super on my list, especially since the snow is gone and it's a beautiful day.
So I did 5 out of 7 days.
Wow.
Good job, Robin. That's awesome.
Day, so that's not bad.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's awesome.
That is so cool. Well, you said you were going to do it. So how did you feel? Did you use an oil at all?
I used Motivate. There's what other one did I use? I like Motivate anyway. So I like Hope as well. So Hope is the old Hope, not the new Hope.
Yeah.
But I prefer the old Hope. That's kind of my happy oil. So I use that too.
Awesome.
So I was going through my cards. So these are the essential emotions cards that the daughters created for essential emotions. And I thought, well, I'll pick one for us. And it came up with new beginnings, citrus bloom, which lately has been my go-to oil. So go figure that I picked that out of that huge stack. It was right in the middle. And citrus bloom says, I embrace new beginnings and possibilities. And it says, so these are the key words for it is metamorphosis, adventurous, excited, and optimistic. So that's kind of really fun. And this has been like my secret weapon lately for not getting overwhelmed and and moving into my spring. So I wanted to talk about a little bit about our three brains. So of course we've got our brain and then our heart and then our gut. And the mind, of course, has got the logic and the intellect, and the heart has our intuition. And then our gut, we've got our gut feelings, or sometimes we call it like, mom's intuitions or mother's intuitions or whatever you want to call it, or inspiration. And the three brains communicate with each other and they feed back to each other and therefore influence the mind. So and interestingly enough, our immune system, right, is a lot in our gut as well as throughout our body. So emotions are information carrying molecules that bind to and react with cell receptors, and they go into every cell and impact function and behavior. So when we feel like it's, emotional, sometimes, people we can associate with like, oh, I'm just being weak or whatever, but it actually creates and changes our chemistry and changes our so many things that are going on with our body. And so the different phases of our life, right, different seasons of our life can also change and affect our emotions as well. And so it's important to give ourselves grace with that, right? And to bring it all up. Well, first I want to tell you, so I had to go run and pick up my daughter because I didn't realize that she had a conflicting thing between this. And I was like super trying to be speedy and fast, and I almost like ran into a car. I was going on the freeway, and I was like, that wasn't smart. And so then I'm like, okay, what like brings me up, right? Like what's a quick way for me to get happy again? And so we put down the sunroof and we lowered the windows and we turned up happy music and we sang at the top of our lungs, and it like got all back to that happy place again, which is super fun with the kids. And listening from that is I want to talk to you about joyless. So there's two different types of joy lists that we make, and this I learned this from Tiffany, and it's a really amazing thing. It's funny, when I first heard about a joy list, I thought, well, maybe I could stick that in like monthly and like target weekly. Like that would be a really big deal for me to, you know, just to get in something for me weekly, right? And what did she really, you know, suggest that you try and do it daily, at least one a day. And so the way joy lists work is you make two lists. So you have, you know, your piece of paper, and you'd have two sides to your piece of paper. And then on one side of your piece of paper, you have all the things that just list out all the things you can think of that bring you joy that cost money. And then on the other side, list out all the things that you do that bring you joy that cost nothing. So that when you have that moment in your day to go do something to lift yourself up, that you can then just look it up if you can't think of anything. I really love to put a something in my phone that tells me to go have fun, right? And so I have like a me time space. And one of the favorite things that I've done when like things have just been really crazy, and that's read a book, and just for 20 minutes. So I'll take like this 20-minute time and like stop whatever I'm doing, wherever, you know, wherever I am, and I go read. And nobody's allowed to bug me unless they're bleeding or puking or something. And I go for fluff, because I don't want it to be something that like I'm like, for me, it's not going to bring me as much joy if it's also going to be advantageous to my business. Like it was just needs to be just feed my soul fluff kind of. Every once in a while, like I might be able to sneak in a book that would be like The Alchemist, right? Which is tends, you know, it actually builds you up, and it's also fluff-ish. But in general, I stick with, you know, good, solid, like a favorite book that I'm reading that is going to just be a really great story, right, that I can get lost in. So whatever is on your list or whatever you can stick in there. Another one of my favorites from the free section of my joy list is to go blow bubbles. And I know that sounds like super juvenile, but like you can just blow away your problems and watch it pop and go away, and you're like, you know what, I don't have that anymore, because you know it's floating over there. And another one is just to get a box of chalk. Like I have like the math boxes of chalk from Costco, and I'll go draw pictures on the sidewalk or on my driveway with chalk. That just is like in the middle of the day, you know, when I've been working on my computer or something, and then I just stop and I go and I play, and it just somehow it rekindles my creativity, bringing that fun back into our lives, and bringing that joy and reminding us why it's fun to be us, and all the things that we do, and the way we live. I saw a meme that one of my kids sent me lately that I loved, and it was the Swiss cheese philosophy of emotional wellness. And so like each thing that we do has holes in it, right? Each piece of cheese, but as we layer them together, the holes are in different parts, and we end up getting more of us, right? So each thing that we do for ourselves, to pour back into ourselves, to refill our cups, and to lift ourselves back up, we leave less holes because we do more things. So the more we do, the better we are, instead of just like that once a month thing. What I was thinking in the beginning, but I'm like, I can do it once a month. So if you do it once a day or multiple times, like Rob was just telling us that she got in her walk multiple times a week, that can be really, really lifts you up. So I want to challenge everybody to get that in, if they can make their joy list, and spend 20 minutes on, whether you choose daily or weekly, whatever you can do for you. But the joy list has really been huge for me. We like to do it as have like family joy list and then personal joy list. And I found that I'm personally way more productive when I'm fitting in the fun. And honestly, whenever I've done any counseling with a psychologist, the one thing they've always said is like, you need more fun. Like that's always the right, like because that's what gets me back to where I want to be. So I wanted to read to you also about citrus bloom. Did anybody have any thoughts on that before I moved on to telling you about citrus bloom? Have any of you ever done a joy list before? Yeah, Heidi, you've done one?
Yeah. Yeah, I've done one. I've even had one where you had your freebie and then you had low cost and then you had like a little bit of a higher cost item. So like, because there's still ones that cost money, but it might not be like a ton. Like it's still less than $10 or something.
Yeah, I like to do like dollar signs next to them. So I'm
Yeah.
like, this one's like this much, like, so I can just at a glance look at like, so this is high cost, I want to splurge, or this is, you know, like I'm gonna go get a pedicure, or I'm gonna go, you know, stay at a hotel somewhere that's really nice. Like my husband and I, we just went to Sun Valley, which was freaking amazing, and we stayed in an expensive hotel and with a fireplace and everything, and it was so refilling. And then we had a lovely dinner, right? And then we went cheaper on the way home with like this fabulous picnic. But anyway.
Yeah. See, that's an amazing joy list item.
Yeah. So it's nice to have like the full range, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so citrus bloom is for new beginnings. Citrus bloom is the beginning of new beginnings. In each individual's life, there is a time when the previous chapter comes to a close and a new one is about to begin. Which to me, that's like spring, right? This blend is an ally during those transition phases where what is about to emerge still remains unseen. The combination of essential oils is wonderful for clearing stagnant energies, which are keeping individuals immobilized. It also encourages them to accept where they have come from and see the necessary for their previous experience. It reminds that while one can always learn from past mistakes, an abundance of compassion is essential while processing regret. So, like, right, having that, giving ourselves that grace. Citrus bloom inspires. Sorry, that's my husband's text. Apparently, it gets right through my turning off of my phone text. Citrus bloom inspires excitement for new possibilities. Okay, that's awesome. I lost my spot. Citrus bloom inspires excitement for new possibilities, as every new road is an opportunity to discover new parts of the self and embrace adventure. This blend teaches joy in the journey. It invites individuals to live the life they feel called to live and pursue the passion that makes them come alive. Citrus bloom encourages individuals to really listen to themselves and honor the message received. Its bright, optimistic energy lifts individuals when they feel within its time to start anew. It invites them to trust there is purpose in each new step they take and to believe in the promise of each new dawn. And it's great aromatically, just breathed in straight from the bottle, diffusing it, placing drops in the hand, rubbing it in and inhaling. Topically, it recommends using it around the navel, over the heart, and to the wrist. And the ingredients of it are wild orange, grapefruit, lavender, Roman chamomile, and magnolia, which are all fabulous. The negative emotions. Oh, did you have a question, Elaine?
I do. Can you tell me the name of that book again? Is that the regular Essential Emotions book that we've always had?
Yeah, so this is the most recent one.
Okay, so it's just updated. I didn't realize the Goddards had done that.
Yeah. So it's a mix of people that did this. The Goddards did the cards specifically, but gosh, there's several of them that have done it. So Amanda was the one that she's always written up all of the all the bios on each of the oils, and she's still doing that. And then the Goddards kind of took over publishing it and put in parts that they really wanted in it. And so they, together with Amanda, and I'm not positive if Robin and I just lost her name, the other gal, if they're just essential coaches or if they helped in creating the book. But I know Amanda and the Goddards created it.
Okay.
Sure.
It was the cards that I'm not positive I've seen them before. I think I should have.
So they're brand new.
Yeah, this
And
is the
that's
first
okay.
year.
Yeah, so they're
Okay,
really
okay,
cool.
then
Like this is on lime, and
okay.
it has a pretty picture on it. It gives like what emotions it takes care of. It gives kind of the affirmation. Right, faith
Mm-hmm.
challenges with courage and joy. In the stamp, it's got a corner. It's got like a little stamp of where it's from, and
Oh,
then
nice.
the basic what it's for is Zest for Life.
Mhm.
That is really nice. I used Susan Lawton's cards um, to start my classes frequently, and we would each take a card, and then we'd read the affirmation on it and what oils, and we'd pass those oils around. So everybody got to, well, the person that drew that card, they'd get the oils on them, then they'd pass their wrist around, okay, so everybody could smell it. And each person got, drew whatever they drew. So we could do that same kind of thing with those cards.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I still love these, and I use them on the regular. And I'm always
Okay.
surprised that I tend to pick out the same cards, even though like I can reshuffle.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
still use that one. Scenario. But
Okay. Well, thank you for. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing something, and now I'll make sure that I have the newest book, and I'll get the cards too.
yeah, and they've got all kinds of new goodies. Matter of fact, I thought next week I'll share about the. I'll teach about another one. Their new goodies, but I have one on my fridge, and let's see if I've got one here.
Okay, well, you can save that for next week.
I'll save it for next week, but it's really cool and it's amazing for kids. And it's something specifically that Natalie created. But anyway, so then also
Heather, is it this?
yes. Yeah. So we'll go over that next week.
Okay. I love your glasses, by the way.
Binder. Yeah, the whole like I am not getting older, but apparently my eyes are.
Right.
So positive properties, we went over the metamorphosis, adventurous, excited, joyful, and optimistic. And the negative emotions it addresses are stagnant, immobilized, remorseful, guilty, and stuck in the past. And like I did a post before about I was having a lot of mom guilt, and this one was what came up for me as the most helpful, and has been super helpful. And actually, I was having a lot of pain in my neck, and I still have some tightness, which by the way, the collagen, the MetaPower Adaptive has been, or I mean, Advantage has been like hugely helpful for all of those little aches and pains. but but I just kept getting it back, right? Because it was for emotional reasons, and the citrus bliss has really helped with that and helping me move past that. So that's kind of cool the way oils can work for us, like getting right at that root, right? Um, so I wanted to challenge everybody to write up their joy lists and 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 then report back next week if you can to tell us how that went for you and doing something off of your joy list.
Yes.
Does anybody have any questions? Awesome.
Nice. Well, we want you to be able to come here with any oil questions that you have. If you want to share any stories or experiences, we just want you to know that this is a place where we can sort of just chat about new techniques or things that we try with the oils, but also self-care. If there are things that you're like, I did this and I absolutely loved it, we want to hear about it. So this was a 13-week series, and this was our 4th time, so we still have 9 more weeks left of our series. Same time, same place, and just write down. And if you want to get on our text notification, just let me or Heather know, because if you register, you'll get a text notification. So all you have to do is just click the link to jump in. So. All right. Anything else before we go?
Is there, because this is the first one I was able to make, um, is, is there access to the other weeks?
Yes, there are recordings. So I don't know Heather, where are you posting your recordings?
On my like in the event, but I need to post the other ones there. I'm sorry, I've been so crazed with
And
a new baby born, and so everything kind of fell away.
I
And-
know.
And I do think so. We went live. We go live in your team's Facebook group. So the live recording should be there. You just have to you'd have to find it in the stream as well. For my team though, if you're on Heidi's team, they're in the guides, and so each week there's you can find it in the guides there. So you can find the live in the feed, but they're also in the guide if you just want to go there. Okay.
I can post them in our, under the guides at the top of the Facebook thing too.
All right. Well,
Okay, I'll see if I can figure it out. Thanks.
all right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. We want to keep these short and sweet, so you keep coming back every week, and we'll have a new technique to share with you then. All right. Thank you, everyone.